Hello and welcome back. Last time I used this ship primarily as a drone DPS. I did fly it mostly at long ranges, but now I decided to change the fitting a little bit. I did give the ship something of a armor tank. Now I will try to use the primary weapons, and this time I'll be more at a medium distance from the enemies. I also did change the medium slots a little bit. Now I did give the ship dual Nosferatus and a status Webifer to keep the tank stable and to keep the capacitor stable, because I will use the armor repairer. Of course there is a MVD. Now I did decide to keep the Navy drone damage amplifier, since I would like to keep the drone DPS high up. There is the faction armor repairer and a adaptive armor hardener, which will increase the resistance, and of course the repairer will restore my armor if it gets damaged. I still use the Mark V Vespas. At the moment there aren't any faction drones on the market right now. I'll be saving up my ISK for better drones, and of course for other ships and for other rigs. Well, I think it's time to jump in combat. Here I'll be doing couple missions. This is the first one. I have to say I am quite satisfied with the tank. It works. You can still use the ship at a long distance. You can use it in the same way as I used it before, but this time around I want to try out the weapons to see how the DPS would change. Now at the moment, with the drone damage amplifier activated, I have around 300 DPS. Near the end of the day, when I have 2 drone skills completed, my DPS will go up to 350 or 400. Combine that with a dual drone damage amplifier, my DPS can be around 500 if I get lucky with the skills. Now I think this is a min-matter mission. The ships are going to be primarily min-matter ships. So far the damage output is quite nice. The tank is holding out quite well. The capacitor is also stable, which is kind of surprising since my armor skills aren't that good, but they still get the job done, and that is what matters in the end. I think I have level 3 or level 4 on the armor hardening and level 3 or level 4 on the armor repairing, which isn't that bad, but of course it can be always better. Those skills are going to be the next ones that I'll be leveling up. I do want to try out the Thorax, which is one of the next ships that I did lay my eyes upon, and I'm also curious to know which other ship would you like to see next on the channel, since at the moment I do have the Thorax in mind, but if you have any other suggestion, I am open to any, so feel free to tell me which ship would you like to see next in the next video or in one of the next videos. Okay, well, this Rapture is also going down. Now the tank is stable and the capacitor is also stable. The DPS is around the same as before. Now I did remove one drone damage amplifier, which did reduce my DPS for around, I think, 50 to 70, which is not that much, but still I can say that I do feel the damage reduction from removing that one damage amplifier. But one damage amplifier is still doing a very good job. As you can see, I am destroying these rats very efficiently and very quickly. Now I am also focusing on the closest ship. The primary weapons that I currently use do have a maximum range of 18 kilometers, but I still manage to hit ships even that are above 18 kilometers. And that is nice. I do like that I can still use the weapon at 25, even 26 kilometers. The railguns can still hit, which is good. That means I do not have to approach ships. Okay, the bomber will be the next target. The bombers can be a problem, especially if they are the elite bombers. But you don't have to worry about them too much, since they are fragile and you can take the ships out very fast. The next target will be the Rapture, and after that the Rapture Trainer will be the primary target. I was thinking about getting the Imperial Navy armor hardener, but they were quite expensive and I kind of don't have ISK for that at the moment. So I did decide to use the one that I already had in my hangar. It's doing a decent job so far, I have to say. The armor repairer that I do have equipped is also doing a good job at repairing the ship in a decent time frame. Now, one thing that I will have to do, and that is to increase my own skills for the armor reps, because I do not want that to use too much of my capacitor. Although my capacitor is already stable, but that can be a lot more stable if I were to have better skills for the armor reps, because better skills for the armor reps will reduce the energy consumption of the armor repairers, and that is absolutely useful. I will try. I will test out the same fit after I increase the skills for this ship. Let's see, the next target will be another Rapture. Alright, well, this time it is not a trainer. Oh, it is a trainer. Oh, okay. Another Rapture trainer. Okay. Well, I have to say though, it's still doing a decent amount of damage. Definitely a lot more enjoyable than the Caracal Navy. Although the Caracal Navy does use missiles, and missiles kind of feel that they are doing a little bit more damage. But I do enjoy using drones and railguns more at the moment. And they are still doing a very good job at shooting down all of these targets. And the Geist Thrasher is the last one, okay, and after last ship to take out. Okay, let's jump on the next mission here. A Galante mission. Okay, let's see what this mission will have to offer. This is the mission or encounter that will give you 1.5 mil for completion, which is nice. It gives decent amount of ISK. Primary target will be the destroyer, since that destroyer is the closest one to my ship. Okay, and that destroyer is going down very fast as well. Now, if you notice that your tank is getting broken by the enemy firepower, then you can still use the same tactic as if the ship were to be full-on drone DPS, and that means launch the drones at your primary target, and then you should take range, go to at least 100 kilometers from the primary target, and then you can safely repair the armor, or you can safely replenish your capacitor if it were to happen. But so far I did take 41-42 kilometer range from that primary target, because I do not want to get shot by 2 cruisers and 2 battle cruisers at the same time. Alright, that frigate is going down. Now the next target will be that Thorax, and I'll be taking range again. Let's switch to the target, there we go. Just let the drones do the job, as they say. The drones are doing a very good job. I do like to use them. Okay, 45 kilometers away from the primary targets. Sadly, one drone decided to return. That means that I did run out a little bit above the drone control range. I will have to increase most drone skills to at least level 4 or level 5. I do want to use 5 drones on the targets. That will happen very soon though. I am getting those skills very soon. Alright, 44 kilometers. I will relaunch the drones again to make the 4th drone attack the target. Even 3 drones are doing a very good job. I have to say, even 3 drones are still delivering very decent DPS. Sadly, at the moment there are no faction drones on the market, and I did read that the faction drones are expensive. I think they're going to be sold for around 30 to 45 million a piece, which is kind of scary, and that is very expensive. It is almost as expensive as a Caracal. It is twice more expensive than a classic Caracal, which Caracals are actually getting their price increased. I don't know. I kind of don't want to fly a Caracal at the moment, but if you want me to fly the classic, the normal Caracal, then I would fly a normal Caracal. I do have missile skills, and I do have most skills for those cruisers. So I think flying them is going to be easy. But the Thorax at the moment is one of the ships that did catch my interest. It is also very expensive. You can buy a Thorax at the moment for 18 million. I have no idea why those ships are so expensive. I guess you can make them be very tanky. And I do need a tanky ship. So a Thorax is most likely to happen very soon. But of course, it depends. I also kind of do want to try out the Blackbird. But I'm not quite sure if there are any jammers at the moment in the game. So I kind of don't want to buy a ship if there are no modules for it. And I'm not quite sure that there are any Blackbirds for sale. If there are, I might get one, but I'm not quite sure if I'll do that. At the moment, I do want to save my ISK, and I do want to enjoy the Caracal. I do want to enjoy the Vexor Navy a lot. I almost said Caracal Navy because the Caracals are literally everywhere in the game at the moment. You can't go to any system without seeing at least 10 Caracals flying around. Yesterday there was a gate camp at Tama, and there were at least 20 or 30 Caracals camping the station. In the end, all of those Caracals, I think, got shredded by the sentry guns, and there were a lot of decent wrecks around the station. Sadly, I didn't have enough time to check that out, because I was already doing a lot of missions. And very soon I do plan to fly a storyline mission with the Vexor. I'm not quite sure which one it will be. Hopefully it will be a storyline that I am familiar with, because I do not want to try a new storyline out with a ship that I am still getting used to. But in that case, even if that happens, I think that I'll do a very good job, because I do have a very good tactic with this ship. It is so far very efficient and very effective too. Now the only thing that I would need now is better drone skills. The drone skills that I currently have are decent, I can't complain about them. But they can always be better. So I decided to increase a lot of the drone skills. And tonight, a couple of them are going to be completed. It will allow me to get better DPS. It will allow me also to get the 5th drone to be used in combat. That will improve the DPS a lot. So I'm very curious to test that out as well, and a storyline mission is going to be perfect for that kind of scenario. Alright, that battlecruiser is getting destroyed. As you can see, I can approach them, and the capacitor is stable, the tank is stable, although these two battlecruisers can hit very hard the tank, and the ship is surviving quite well. Cannot complain about that at all. 50% armor left on that battlecruiser. I am very curious to actually, when I think about it, if I were to have, let's say, faction drones, my DPS would at least double, or at least I'd get around plus 50 or plus 75% more DPS on the drones. That is kind of very nice. Although they are going to be very expensive, and I have no clue how am I going to afford those drones. Okay, let's see what will happen to that cruiser. Armor tanks are nice. The Thorax is going to be a ship that will work a lot better with a armor tank. The Thorax has 5 low slots, which means you can fit a lot of modules for the armor. Combine that with rigs for armor, it will make the Thorax a very tanky ship. Now, this ship isn't a ship that I'd use for tanking, because it is a navy ship and they are designed for combat. So for the Vexor, it is going to be perfect to use rigs that will increase the drone damage, or in my case, rigs that will increase the drone control range, which is a lot more important to me, because I am doing missions and storyline missions primarily with this ship. In that case, I do need to have drone range to counter the very fast and very lethal cruisers and battlecruisers that the storyline missions can offer. Let's see, last cruiser left, last battlecruiser left, my apologies, not a cruiser, a battlecruiser. After this, I think the mission should end. There we go, it is okay, perfect. Plus 1.5 million ISK. And I think this will be the final mission of the video. Missiles can be a problem, even with a armor tank. Okay, let's take out that MOA trainer, missiles can be a problem. To counter them, you really have to have decent resistances. The Thorax is going to be very interesting to be flown. The Thorax is going to be a very interesting ship to fly. The armor resistances that it can offer are going to be very interesting. Of course, the ship does have a plus 5% armor bonus per skill level, which means you will get plus 5% more armor. And if you have level 5 skills for it, that means 25% more armor by default on a Thorax. That is looking to be very interesting. That means the ship will have the volume of the shield, and if you build it for maximum resistance, then it has the potential to have around maybe 60 to 90,000 EHP. That is actually very interesting. I will have to try that out myself. I'm quite curious to see how that ship will perform. Okay, let's focus on that Talvar. No, it's not a Talvar sniper, it's a Thorax sniper. Or no, it's a Cormorant interdictor. Wait, what? Oh, okay. Yeah, it is a Cormorant interdictor, and the other one is a Thorax sniper. One of them is my primary, the other one is my secondary. Okay, my bad. I got confused by my own targeting decisions here. Okay, let's focus on that Cormorant now. Cormorant interdictor. Whenever I see something that has interdictor in their name, that is immediately my primary target. I do not want to risk a warp disruptor. No thanks. It is very interesting that so far I haven't done any pirate base, I think. All systems usually have above 15 or 20 players in them, and that makes ratting rather difficult, because I am quite scared that I'll get jumped by couple cloaked ships or by a fleet. Not to mention that did happen, and I did survive quite decently, but I do not want to risk losing any ships. So far I did not lose any ship, and hopefully it will stay that way. Okay, that MOA is going down. That MOA is going down. The next target will be the next MOA. Okay, this ship is doing a lot of damage actually when I think about it. Which makes me very curious what will happen if I would to have drone damage rigs. I think my DPS would be 350 or maybe 375 by default, and around 420 or 450 with the dual damage mods that I can install on this ship, which I think it deserves a test, but for now this will do for now. Okay, well, I hope that you enjoyed. It is a pleasure to fly the ship and to play this game for you. I did enjoy the Vexor Navy so far. It is a very good ship. It does get the job done very efficiently, and it is quite fun to fly. With that being said, I hope that you enjoyed. Stay safe, fly safe, and I'll see you next time.